everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Talk of the Town podcast, where each week, we're bringing you valuable insight and information that directly affects our local business community. I'm Danielle Hawley, and I'm the Executive Director of the best Chamber of Commerce around, the Fontana Chamber of Commerce, and I'm proud to bring you our Talk of the Town podcast with my awesome co-host, Mr. Carlos Garcia of FYI Technologies. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here as always.
All right. Well, this week we have one of our very own from the Chamber, Miss Amanda Morales. She is our Special Projects Coordinator, which encompasses so much, and we'll have her share in just a moment about that. But I wanted to bring her on because one of the new things under her umbrella is workforce development. So Amanda, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. We're so glad you're here because you are an integral part of the Chamber, right? And a lot of people know you and a lot of people don't know you in your capacity of what you do for the Chamber. So remind some of our folks what you do for our awesome Chamber here, and specifically, since we're going to be talking about the workforce development.
Yes, so I get to touch a lot of different things here at the Chamber. The big one being workforce development. That's something new that just got added to my plate this year. So I'm very excited about that. I get to work with Jackie, who's another member of the staff on our ambassador team, which are my favorite people. We call them our Miss Fontanas of the Chamber because they represent us in the business community and through their businesses. I also get to do all of our education liaison work with Entrepreneur High School and Fontana Unified School District, making sure that we're preparing our students for the workforce of tomorrow. And then I also get to help with all of our events, our State of the City, our Police and Fire Awards that are coming up, our Board of Directors Installation Gala. And then I just get to help and support all of the different projects and things we have going on here at the Chamber.
That's a mouthful. Wow.
And we're so an events chamber, right, Amanda? We always laugh about this because over the last, couple years since I've been here in this capacity, we've really tried to think about how we can elevate what we're doing because I love to go back to our mission statement where we're the advocate, voice, and resource to our local business community. And so we're constantly, she and I, just trying to figure out how we can be better. What can we provide to our members and the community as a whole to really just bring those additional benefits and resources to them? And so that is truly, besides the events, what you do every day. And it's impactful. It's very important and necessary. And we are so thankful for you and all the work that you do. So if you guys haven't met Amanda, you need to come and meet with her. She's, fantastic human that just really loves our community so much. But Amanda, I want to talk a little bit. You said all the things that you have on your plate, but today specifically workforce. And for those that don't know, the Chamber actually has a contract with the County of San Bernardino for workforce development. So can you just maybe start there?
Yes, so we have a contract, like Danielle said, with the county to help with workforce all across the 2nd Supervisorial District, which encompasses Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, and some other little nooks and crannies here and there. But it's super exciting contract, and it's all about helping our businesses and our workforce community. So it is very tough to do business in California. So I get so excited about the different resources that we offer with the contract and without. But one of the main things that I always shout from the rooftops is the on-the-job training program. And this is a program where the county has dedicated funds to help businesses with onboarding or the promotion of their employees. So the county, for certain industry sectors, will cover 50% of an employee's payroll up to a certain amount of hours, as long as there's some gaps in the resume that we're training the employee on. So this is a great way to cut costs if you're looking to onboard some new employees. So that's one piece. Another really another really great resource is our HR hotline. We know that California is a very employee-friendly state, which is great, but sometimes that comes with a lot of laws and regulations that we aren't sure on, right? We're not in the different laws every single day. As a business owner, you're trying to keep your doors open, you're trying to keep your customer base satisfied. So the HR hotline is a free resource to be able to go to someone that's an expert in that field and talk about the different employee issues that you have anonymously. So if you are interested in getting that number, you can contact me at amanda@fontanachamber.org, and I'd be happy to send that to you. Another really great thing that we also do is CalJobs. What is CalJobs? It is a huge database that houses hundreds and thousands of jobs all across California, all across our county, and it also holds resumes for businesses. So if you're looking for your next great employee, we can help hands-on find some resumes that'll fit the different positions that you have open, and you can also post that, and job seekers can go right onto CalJobs and apply with you directly on your website, or if you want to just have them email your resume, whatever works for you is what we can do through CalJobs, which is a really, really good system.
I love that. And I really want people to grab a hold of this because I want them to think of the chamber for a myriad of reasons, right? But specifically from the workforce side, finding good employees is so difficult. And we hear this all the time from our businesses, that have maybe tried Indeed or other platforms. So I want people to start thinking of the chamber. Let us help you. Because we're here to be that great resource, right? And that's going back to our mission statement, because it is tough, and hiring folks can take a lot of time out of your already impacted schedule. But that's what Amanda is here to help with. And we also have another team member that we've recently added to our chamber staff. Her name is Genesis Ruiz. She's our business services coordinator. And so really her job touches everything that we do, all of the other positions that we have here, but she gets to work hand in hand with Amanda. And so we have a great little dynamic duo that are managing the jobs that are coming in, the job seekers that are really looking for that next transition. So please reach out to us, utilize these services. There's so many other things. I feel like we could sit here and talk for hours about all of the amazing things that you guys do, but those are really helpful. And so what is this hands-on hiring help?
Yes. So Genesis and I work hand in hand, like Danielle said, for our business community. So one of the things to pivot just a little bit, we always hear that from employers. The job seekers aren't prepared. They don't have a resume. They don't have these interview skills. We're seeing that a lot from students that are graduating from high school or even college. I'm just looking at the different statistics, bringing their parents with them to interviews. And so we're really taking a proactive approach under the direction of Danielle to make sure that our job fairs are including some of these necessary resources. So our job fairs are pretty next level. We host them quarterly. Any of our members can sign up at no cost. And so we have our next one coming up, actually, to plug a little bit, May 22nd at the Hilton Garden Inn. And if you're interested in signing up, please, again, email me, amanda@fontanachamber.org. But like I said, our job fairs are next level. We are really removing any barrier for employment for our job seeking community. And so what that looks like is hands-on resume building assistance. So if you have an old resume, if you're looking to refresh it, you don't have a resume at all, show up. We partner with Empowering Success Now to offer that service free of charge for any job seeker that wants to come out that day. But if you can't make it to the job fair, then you can also reach out to us and we'll partner, set up an appointment with you. Something new and exciting that we're adding to the job fair is interview skills with Apple One Employment. And so they're going to help our job seekers make sure that they're prepared for their interview. They can get their answers across efficiently. So that's something exciting that we're offering. And then, like I said, just the different things we normally offer, free haircuts, free headshots. We're also going to be partnering, like we always do, with the Public Defender's Office to do an expungement event. So if there's something on a record that's prohibiting someone from getting employment. Obviously, nothing crazy, right? I don't want anyone clutching their pearls, but the public defender's office does a really good job to make sure that something small from the past doesn't prohibit you from a really successful future. So we're always excited to offer that. But sometimes our employers can't make it to the job fair because they have stuff going on. So year round, for all of our members and businesses within the 2nd District, we offer that hands-on hiring help. So we will field through resumes for you. You can let us know, hey, I'm hiring for a customer service rep at this rate of pay. This is what the schedule looks like. This is what we're looking for. And we can help sift through resumes or contact information from people that come to our job fairs or that reach out to us for jobs, and we can help set that up for you. One of the perks of being a member of the chamber is you can utilize our conference room as a neutral space to host interviews. And so that's something, like I said, at no cost to our membership. And if you're interested in signing up and the conference room is available, we'd be happy to host your hiring event. That way it's not at your location. It doesn't prohibit day-to-day operations. But that's another way that we kind of do that hands-on hiring assistance.
Oh, you're muted, Carlos.
I have a question for you because you've talked about obviously the workforce and all that, and I know that you've also helped us out as business owners because you keep track also of legislation that affects a lot of us, right? Because you brought that up. So you want to touch a little bit about that also?
Yes, so that is something super exciting that I get to do at the chamber. I love the legislative process, always have. And so we're always keeping track of different bills and making sure that they're smart for business, that they're pro-business. And our board of directors goes up to Sacramento often and makes sure that they meet with the legislators to let them know what the priorities are of our Inland Empire and specifically the city of Fontana. We know that we're a huge manufacturing and logistics place. So we want to make sure that legislators know that when they're in Sacramento and their offices making decisions for us. So we really take a proactive response on that end. But a bill that I recently brought to the chamber's attention at our last luncheon was AB 858, which goes over employee surveillance. And so the legislators that are putting this across really want to make sure that employee privacy is respected. So they don't want surveillance in certain areas of a business, right? But sometimes that language can be confusing. And the language that's currently in the bill that they're looking to fix, hopefully, actually goes against OSHA standards. So it's stuff like that. It's not that the intention of the bill is bad, but when it's put into place, it doesn't work for our businesses. And it makes it difficult to do business. So this surveillance would be in hospitals, government buildings. It would be in lunchrooms, break rooms, banks. So we wouldn't be able to properly make sure that business is secure, that the operations of the hospital are secure when we know we have infants and newborns and government buildings where we have sensitive information and banks and we have large sums of cash. So sometimes like the intention of the bill is to, again, promote employee privacy, but it's not going to happen that way when it's put into place. So it's stuff like that, meeting with our legislators and saying, hey, this language is confusing for our business owners. And that goes into business development as well, making sure that our business owners know what's going on. And so all of our members can check out our website, but can also check out our monthly newsletter. I always try to stick a bill or two in there, a workforce development nugget in there for you guys to take advantage of to make sure that you're up to date with what's going on.
So can you think, and I know you've shared a lot of, I don't want to say, how do I say this? A lot of really weird bills that people come up with. Can you think of one that was just so crazily outrageous that kind of stood out for you?
It still haunts me, AB 1000. I will say AB 1000 is a bill that was just always constantly in our face during that legislative period. But what that bill was going to do was going to affect only the Inland Empire. Again, I've said we are a big manufacturing and logistics hub, and that bill specifically was going to prohibit our logistics industry from maybe to build to a certain point, being able to take things in a certain point, even though the city of Fontana has some of the best environmental standards when it comes comes to things like that. So that was just a bill to me that didn't make sense for our area, was going to target our area specifically, but didn't really have the support of the Inland Empire Legislators Caucus as a whole. And so that bill always haunts me. And I think it really would have impacted our economy in a big way. And it really would have affected our workforce for years to come. So not a silly bill, a very tragic bill, but I'm happy that we were able to defeat that and are looking at different ways to support our local industries.
Yeah, and I ask you that because a lot of our business folks need to know just exactly how you help us, be aware of this and get us advocating, writing letters of support behind some of the good things that are supposed to happen for us. So thank you.
And I'm glad that you touched, Amanda, on the city of Fontana in terms of their city ordinance that really outlines above and beyond what the state of California is requiring of cities, municipalities. They went a step further, and so to do their due diligence. So we're proud of Fontana. We are open for business, and we have a mayor and council that are very business friendly. And I know that's not the case in all of our areas, but we're very, very, very fortunate here. But yes, I knew you were going to say that. And that one too, I think it would have impacted Kaiser Hospital, right? That they couldn't have even housed their supplies for the hospital on site. So it just, again, and kind of just that theme that you're saying, that a lot of times things look good on paper, but in practicality and in the day-to-day, they don't work, which is, that's great. That's why we have checks and balances in our government, but really making sure that our voices are being heard. And so thank you for just, number one, tracking all of these bills. There's thousands of them, right? But the ones that really impact us, and then bringing that knowledge and awareness to our community is so important. And I feel like we're always thinking of creative ways to even ramp that up more than what you're doing, and doing calls to action, which we've done in the past. And so just know, you guys, that you are in good hands. Amanda is tracking it. She's aware of it. We're keeping tabs on it as a whole from the chamber side. I've even spoken publicly at hearings on things that would impact our business community. And so we are constantly advocating and really just looking out for the best interest of our local business community. So I love that you touched on that. Let's shift gears here. We're almost through April, right? April's going to be over here, but there's a theme for every month in workforce development. So can you share a little bit about our April workforce development theme?
Yes, so super exciting. Our April workforce development theme, well, exciting to me, but I chose employee leave and employee accommodations. And so, like I said, California is a very, very pro-employee state, and that comes with a lot of regulations and laws. And one of the things I wanted to touch on was employee accommodations. Sometimes those can be hard to figure out. We have Title I, we have OSHA, we have ADA compliance. And so I wanted to find a resource for our members and, again, businesses within the 2nd District that can help you guys tackle that. And I came up with JAN, or the Job Accommodation Network, and it provides free and confidential consultations to employees of any size, and it includes practical guidance and accommodations, and they'll go into all of the laws and different things that you need to know, and will provide you with different pamphlets and things like that to make sure that you're providing your employees with a safe and accommodable workplace. Not only is it the right thing to do, it's legally required, but it can also help with employee retention, employee loyalty, and productivity. And so a lot of times we wonder, hey, why is our business a revolving door, but we don't want to do some of these accommodations or make our workplace a fun and safe place to be. And so I think this can be a really good tool when we're talking about employee retention, to really get your employees to, hey, you know what, this person cares about me. I want to go above and beyond in that next step. So it's also a very smart business strategy. So I recommend every employer, whether you have one employer or you have 100 employees, to check out JAN, get that free consultation, and make sure that you're doing things the right way. Because, this little free consultation and, whatever time it takes to do that does not equate the crazy lawsuits that you can have if you're not up to date on all of your different codes and whatnot. So that's a really helpful tool that I found for our different businesses. And the next one we wanted to touch on was employee leave. We know there's a lot of different leaves. There's leaves, for new families, expecting mothers. There's leaves, when your family member is sick, there's just tons and tons of leaves. So what to do when an employee asks to extend that? What are the different questions you should ask? What are the different things that you should do? And so I found a labor law corner from Cal Chamber, which was in our last newsletter. If you want the link, send me an email and I can send it to you. But really, what to make sure that you do is really having that interactive dialogue with your employee. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction and say, you want to take another 60 days off? What the heck? Making sure that you're being professional because everything's going to get documented, right? So have that interactive dialogue with your employee. Hey, why do you need this? What's going on? Making sure that you're being understanding and accommodating employee retention, but also making sure that you're documenting every single thing when you have leaves. It's important to document just as a business owner in general. If you're not already, document, but specifically for leaves. And that employee labor law corner goes into that. A couple more questions, but this is a great way to utilize the free HR hotline through the county. You have an employee that's going to be taking a leave for whatever reason, make sure that you call that free resource. Hey, what are my obligations as an employee? What are my obligations as an employer? What should I do? What does this look like? What do I need to document? These are all things that we can answer. And we have plenty of members that have utilized just for this reason. And they rave just about how great that hotline is. So I recommend using it. If you're interested in getting it, please email me and let me know.
Thank God Amanda's on this team, right? It's like, man, all that stuff, it's like, geez, mind blowing.
Yes. Well, and thank you, Amanda. And that's part of why I wanted you to pop in today, is just to kind of, if you attend our luncheons or you're around at all, she speaks of these things. But I know that not everyone has that ability to attend. But hopefully they're reading their little newsletters that go out. And sometimes you'll put things on social media, the e-blast, the website. We're really trying to cover all the bases, but it's so evolving, especially in California, right? Things change so rapidly. Laws, they're just pumping them out like crazy. And so no one has time to track all of that and keep a pulse on all of that. And so that's where you're here. So that's what I say, guys. You truly are in good hands. We've got your back. We've got you covered. We'll put it on your radar as needed. But I see the need just to have you come in and just share, because there is so much information to digest and wrap your head around, that it's important that our folks hear all the great work that you're doing and know how to get a hold of you. So again, I know you've mentioned it a couple times, but just to wrap up, how can folks get a hold of you, reach out to you, find out what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm always here at the chamber. You can always call our office, or you can email me at amanda@fontanachamber.org. And I recommend popping onto our website under our workforce development piece and also our advocacy piece. Check out, I update that often with different flyers, links, and different things like that. So I recommend utilizing our website. We're always adding new things to that. So if you haven't been on in a while, make sure to check it out. You'll get to see all of our advocacy letters that we've been signing on that have a little synopsis on what's going on. So I recommended doing that, but you can always email me, amanda@fontanachamber.org.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your knowledge and your insight. Reach out to Amanda, connect with her. She's just a wealth of information, just ever evolving information. Carlos, thank you so much for all of your help to make this podcast happen. You're our technology guy, and I love his little slogan: if technology makes you cry, call FYI. And there's no tears over here because you're handling it all. So
that's it, right? No pressure, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Amanda, Carlos. Thank you to all of our faithful listeners. Remember, our episodes come out every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. We are on all of your major streaming platforms. Wherever you get your podcast, we're there. You just got to find us. But also, you can go to our website, click the link on our Instagram. Our member services coordinator, Tori, always does a great job posting when the episode drops, and then a link is always in our bio. So it's just a quick, easy, accessible way to hear what's happening. You don't want to miss what's happening. There's, so many little nuggets of information or just stories or just, things that are happening within our business community. And so we just want to be those great conveyors of that information to keep you in the know and in the loop. We're also on YouTube, you guys, so you can watch this episode episode, not just listen to it. So check us out on YouTube as well. But once again, thank you for tuning in to our Talk of the Town podcast. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Amanda. And we will catch you guys next week on our next episode.